Hola, buenas tardes, and welcome back to San Luis Potosi in central Mexico. Hopefully the motorbikes will stop going past any moment now so I can speak. Lovely, and it's a wonderful day as always, and I'm right back where it all started in San Luis Potosi. Actually, it was just over there by those statue things in the first impressions video, if you remember that one. But anyway, it's my final day in San Luis Potosi. I'm upset. I'm sad because I don't want to leave. I'm going back to Mexico City in a couple of hours. Shush, motorbikes, what's going on? But anyway, I wanted to give my kind of lasting impressions and say thank you to San Luis Potosi, because the last couple of weeks I've just had an amazing time, quite simply. And, you know, there's so much in this state to see, and I think I've only just scratched the surface, let's be honest, of San Luis Potosi. But what I've tried to do is try to show those points in terms of variety and difference. So places like CEDRAL, Catorce, the city itself, and also Huasteca Potosina in the Hitler video. And I know that many of you have commented and given me lots of recommendations about places to go, but unfortunately time and money are limitations for me. I do need to be back in Mexico City because I have paid already for a long-term accommodation. But I am hoping to come back, and you know, I must say this month has probably been one of my best months of travel in the last 2.5 years of doing this. It's just been brilliant. You know, there's so much in San Luis Potosi. The food, where do I even start with the food? You know, Enchiladas Huastecas was the ultimate favourite. Costanzo chocolates, which I might be going there again before I leave. Or well, might be, I will be going. I need some more princesses, let's face it. And yeah, the food amazing, the variety of landscapes and scenery and weather, you know, the heat, oh my god, the heat in Ciudad Valles was just off the scale. And you know, like I said, there's so many places that I would want to go, so possibly I will come back here in the future. Lovely. And there's something I wanted to highlight that's very important. You know, when I came to Mexico first, which was actually almost a year ago, it was March the 21st last year, so it's just a couple of weeks away, my anniversary. I know I haven't been in Mexico for that whole time because I did go to Colombia and Cuba and Canada and everything, but you know, my year anniversary is coming up. And when I was in Mexico City throughout that whole time, and also elsewhere in Mexico, I've always been astounded by the level of passion, pride, patriotism, the 3 Ps, interest, intrigue from Mexican citizens in terms of a foreigner coming to Mexico and highlighting the positives. And I do highlight some of the negatives sometimes because, let's face it, Mexico isn't perfect. But, you know, I've always been amazed by the level of interest and the intrigue that there's been from viewers. So thank you very much. And that's very much in terms of chilangos. But, oh my God, when I came to San Luis Potosi, Potosinas and Potosinos, you're up there in terms of your level of interest and involvement in comments, watching videos, subscribing. You know, I've reached 10,000 subscribers here, which is a shocker. San Luis Potosi will always be the place that I reach 10,000 subscribers, so thank you. And you know, it just amazes me because in terms of Instagram, you know, I've experienced something with Instagram but I've never experienced before, in terms of the constant messages all the time from viewers saying hello, I live in San Luis Potosi. I've had people wanting to meet up to go for drinks. I've had people wanting to give me a tour for free. Amazing. And I've even had people offering me place to stay. What? And you might be wondering why I'm amazed by this. It's because, you know, coming from the UK, British people aren't like that. You know, I would never watch a video about the UK or London or my hometown or whatever, because it just wouldn't interest me. And in fact, if I watched a foreigner walking around London, I would probably be more likely to criticise than, you know, say thank you for coming to my country, my city, whatever, and advertising it to the world. And one thing about San Luis Potosi that many of you have mentioned is the fact that it's not a tourist destination. It you know, when you compare it to places like Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, I've been to both of those, it's just not visited as much by foreigners, and I honestly don't understand why. I have no idea, because when I think of someone like Vallarta or Cancun, you know, I'm not hating on anyone that likes to go to those places for a vacation or whatever, because that's great, but you know, in my opinion, in comparison to those areas, San Luis Potosi has so much more to offer, off the scale. As I keep saying in videos, the motorbikes are back. 1 second. Yeah, this state has so much more to offer, and if you're watching this and you're thinking about doing having a vacation to Mexico, absolutely consider going somewhere different, you know, like San Luis Potosi, like Puebla, like Oaxaca, like Guerrero. All of those places, for me, have so much more to offer as a foreigner, because you get to experience more of an authentic feel with Mexico. I'm not going to say the real Mexico, because I know the carnage that's happened before when I've said that. But yeah, San Luis Potosi must be on your list, and I really hope that these videos that I've done in the last couple of weeks have helped, in a way, promote San Luis Potosi as a positive, great place to come. So yeah, awesome. And in terms of people, I just want to mention 2 people that have really made my time in San Luis Potosi amazing. The first one is Elizabeth. Hi Elizabeth, if you're watching. She is my Airbnb host here in San Luis Potosi. I've been back there 3 times now because it's so good. She puts so much effort in. She really goes over and above to make sure her guests have an amazing time. The rooms are spectacular. You know, she's obviously taken so much time getting those rooms to the state that they're in, which is amazing. And I cannot fault her and her Airbnb. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to put her link to her Airbnb down in the description below, so if you are coming to San Luis Potosi, stay here, stay at that place. It's in Barrio San Sebastian. It's just literally 10 minutes walk from where I am now, so it's very central as well. And the second person is Sam. Hi Sam. Sam was my Airbnb host in CEDRAL. Again, you know, she absolutely went over and above to make sure I had a good time. She printed a bus ticket for me at her work. She drove me to Realty Catorce. You know, where else would that happen in the world? You know, amazing. So thank you to Elizabeth and Sam in particular for such an amazing time. You've really made a difference. And, you know, I'm not saying in terms of people, you know, let's get to the end of this video now. I'm not saying that everyone in Mexico is perfect. I'm not saying Mexico is perfect, because that's not the case. It's just like every other country in the world. There are horrible people, there are bad people, but my experience of here has been positive. It's been one of my favourite places in Mexico, up there in the top 3. Mexico City will always be there because I spent so much time there and it has such a special place in my heart, but San Luis Potosi is there as well. I'm getting teary now because I'm honestly going to miss being here, because it's just been spectacular, and I really want to come back in the future. Right, now that I've stopped crying, it's time for some chocolate. So I've just stopped off at Costanzo one last time. San Luis Potosi would not be San Luis Potosi without Costanzo chocolates. They're literally the best chocolate on the planet. You can check out my video where I did that in more detail up above somewhere. I've got, as well as my favourite princesses, I've got a Duquesa. I had one a couple of days ago. Yes, I'm always eating chocolate. And I quite like it. It wasn't nothing special, I think. Wasn't nothing. That's double negative, David. It wasn't anything. That's it. It wasn't anything special. It's a bit like I guess a wafery sandwich biscuity thing, but princesses are the best. Yum. It's time to go home and say goodbye to San Luis Potosi.
Necesito una fortuna, que debo bajar el cielo, las estrellas y la luna. Yo no bajaré la luna, ni las estrellas tampoco. Yo que no tenga fortuna, me querrás poquito a poco. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Si de veras te quiero, ya te adoré, olvidarte no puedo.
Oh, that bench is hot. Right, I'm back in Barrio San Sebastian, which is where I'm living, yeah. And by the way, yeah, Barrio, I can't do it still. I'm struggling when it's in the middle of words, you know. I can do the sound, no problem, but it's difficult in words. But I'm practicing. Considering a couple of months ago I couldn't even do that, I'm quite pleased with myself. But anyway, yeah, so I'm back here, going home, and I mentioned earlier about 10,000 subscribers. So in the last month, there's been about 1,500 new subscribers. So welcome. Hello, everyone. If perhaps you maybe think I'm just on holiday in San Luis Potosi and I've just come from the UK, you would be wrong. So why not catch up on my previous videos? This video, I believe, is the 79th video I've done in Mexico. So there's a whole massive playlist. There's also videos from places like Japan, Indonesia. I've been traveling long term for the last 2.5 years, and I teach English online 3 days a week, which is actually one reason why it was difficult for me to do a lot of the things that you recommended while I was here. So yeah, it's time to go. I will be seeing you in Mexico City in the next video. I'm not sure what that video is going to be, but I guess we'll find out soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.